Hey, best friends. Welcome to the Bestie Advice Podcast, where we discuss all things relationships.
And now, part 2 of Real Friends versus Reality TV and Social Media Friendships.
Yeah. And then on top of it, it's like it can be an ego booster or it can be the death of you. Literally. Well, no, not literally. I'm gonna say
Right.
more like you're like a spiritual and a mental death of you in so many words. Whereas, okay, you put your best post out there, you put your best quote out there or whatever, you boosting your business extra hard and you get like 10 likes. But then you'll put some drama out. Right. You'll put some drama out there and you will get 200 likes or whatever. So it's like it can boost your ego or it can literally bring you down where it's like nobody likes me. Nobody liked this picture. Nobody thinking about the algorithms and all of that. So nobody really thinks about all of that. It's just the fact is I got 10 likes and this was my best one. Nobody liked that.
And that's why I think having this conversation is important for people to see. Some of that stuff is just not real.
Yeah.
It's just not real. And you can't live in the social media as a reality. Yeah. Speaking of that, Kiran, about the social media and friendships, I was watching this TikTok video and I don't even know how. I think somebody sent it to me, is what I think. I want to say someone sent it to me because I don't think I just ran across it. Someone sent it where this young lady said, I think she either said she's the Beyonce of her friends or she's the best looking out of her friends.
Wow.
Or she's that girl. No, I remember now. She's the main character of her friends. That's what it was. Because I was looking, because they asked me, somebody did send it to me. Someone sent it to me and they asked me what I thought about it. And she was like defending herself, like, people was like, oh, that's bad, because she had just it was just herself. So then she goes, oh, they say improve it. So then she showed a picture of her friend group and they were all like walking in slow motion. So I think they were just, someone must have recorded them walking and then she slowed it down and put a song on it, whatever. And then she was like, I'll tell them to their face, as like, look, we're all walking. It's 5 of us. She was in the middle. And I was just thinking to myself, this is raggedy. Exactly. Like, why would you say you're the main character of your friendships? You look the best. You this, you that. I wouldn't want you as a friend. And she put them on there and tagged them. So it wasn't like she was sneak dissing. Like, she was like, see, now she would have said, I'm the nucleus of our friendship. Like, I am the one that brought us all together. Everybody met each other because of me. Like, I'm the common denominator. But no, I mean, she was standing 10 toes down that she was like, I am the Beyonce of our friend group. Everybody else is backup dancers.
Everybody else is Michelle. Is Michelle and Kelly.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I love Kelly. She's beautiful. But I just was like, that's raggedy. Like, I don't want to be in a group of girls and they like, y'all the pips. What? Hold on, we the pips. It's like, and the girl couldn't have been no more than 17, 18.
Look, I was about to say, y'all public announcement, and I'm the R. Kelly, but I don't know if that's a good example right now.
Right, but I know what you're saying. I know what you're saying. Yeah. Right. Exactly. You in the background. You the background. Yes. That's what I said. Somebody or Diana Ross. I'm Diana Ross and you the Supremes. Like,
exactly.
You know, I just find that to be horrible.
Yeah. Absolutely. Wait a minute. So I actually found this quote. This is talking about social media relationships and friendships. It says, a fixation with connecting with friends online comes with the risk of disconnections with friends waiting for you to be present in the online world. So a fixation with connecting, this is what social media friendships are. It's a fixation with connecting with friends online with the risk of disconnecting with friends waiting for you to be present in the offline world. So you get so caught up in your likes, so caught up in posting so people can like your post or whatever, making sure you got to say happy birthday to everybody. Sometimes I just can't. I cannot. I can't. I be saying happy birthday and happy anniversary. I don't do it on purpose. But I try to give myself a break. So when I come back on, it may be 2 or 3 days later. So I'm scrolling, happy birthday. It's talking about 3 days ago. Happy birthday. Happy anniversary.
Oh, girl, I get that all the time.
Yes. Yeah, congratulations. You know, I'm doing all of that after the fact. But it's like, sorry. But it's
wait.
Like, exactly.
Some people pay attention. Let me tell you. Someone called me out because I didn't tell them happy birthday. I didn't know it was their birthday. Like, I thought their birthday was a different day. Honestly, I didn't realize it came. They said, you didn't wish me happy birthday. I was like, it is your birthday? Like, I thought it was in a few weeks. They said they woke up and said, Irene did not wish me happy birthday. Blew my mind. I wasn't not intentional. I just was not on social media. I thought the birthday was a different day, but it let me know the reality of the situation, that people pay attention to things like that.
Absolutely. And I know a group of people, a group of women that, Irene, if you miss my birthday, hey, when yours come, you ain't getting a post from me. Because when it came to your birthday last year, we're talking about last year, I did a whole video for you. And then my birthday come, you didn't even do a video for me. I'm not even telling you happy birthday. That's a mess.
Is that real?
That is messy. Why are we doing that? You didn't even, right. You didn't say happy birthday to me on my post. So I'm not going to say happy birthday to you on your post. What? Like, who's keeping count? And going down the list. Okay, let me put that back. Bruce, Irene, Stephanie. Who got that time? Only thing I'm doing, first of all, I'm grateful for the people who did take the time. Yeah, it was 2 seconds.
Right.
No matter. You still took the time where you stopped. You probably didn't even read with me saying, hey, you know, it's my 46th birthday and God gonna do it. I can't wait. And I think, honey, like, happy, it's her birthday.
Right.
Like I kind of do with people. It's like, what keywords? What's the key? Happy anniversary.
Yeah. And I just think that we as people kind of gotta get back to what's real.
Yeah.
Not reality TV, not social media, but what's real, like you said. You know, it's very important to actually connect, feel, touch that friendship. You know, yes, me and you, we do make big posts about each other and things like that, but we also will make it a point to hang out with each other.
Absolutely.
And be there like, no, Karan, we're celebrating your birthday. What do you want to do? No, Irene, we're celebrating your birthday. What do you want to do? It's real. It's genuine. You know,
cultivating and maintaining it.
That's what we have.
It takes maintenance.
Yeah.
Yes.
You know, and it's fine. And I think what I love about it is, you know, I don't have to worry about, you know, am I gonna wish her happy birthday? Am I gonna see her? It's like, no, I know, like, hey, I'm gonna celebrate her. I know she's gonna celebrate me.
Absolutely.
And you can't base a friendship off of a social media post. Now, there was a dancer that her and I became friends on social media, and then we met at a conference.
Okay.
That don't mean that me and the girl is best friends or anything like that. We met, and so because
y'all
we met
and
now,
connected.
That's it, And so I don't know. I think that it's going to be really important that as people, particularly women, you really self-reflect on like what's important, and not this podcast isn't about the fluff of social media, although that can be a whole other show, about all the shiny things and the influencers and people want you to see what they want you to see. But this is really about taking account of having real, true, meaningful relationships with people. And like Kiran said, cultivating real friendships and not being the main character in a friendship group, or looking at reality TV like Basketball Wives. Another reality TV show that I was thinking, I know what I was thinking about when I said, when we talked about real friends, it slipped my mind. Married to Medicine.
Yeah.
So most of those women were friends before.
Okay.
Jackie and Simone are still friends. They were best friends. They did have a hiccup in their friendship, but they have a medical practice together. Jackie delivered Simone's babies, like true ride or die, freaking frat best friends. They had, when you are dealing with money, like that takes the friendship to another level as well. And so they're both doctors, and so they had a hiccup in their friendship. Someone came in and caused confusion in their friendship. They've gotten their friendship back on track. The person, Dr. Heavenly now was really good friends with Dr. Contessa. They are falling out this season, and they're both extremely hurt. They both are saying how they're such good friends. They love each other, but all because Dr. Heavenly was talking about Dr. Contessa and her husband. And I'm watching this, and I'm in disbelief that 50-year-old women are fighting one person talking about the other person's marriage on Dr. Heavenly has a YouTube show. Okay. And my thing is, like, I wouldn't get on YouTube and talk about you and Bruce.
Right.
I wouldn't do it, Kiran. Right. Especially if I did it and I said, well, you put it out there. You put it out there. So I was just commenting on what you said. No. And so they've fallen out. And so that made me sad, because they both have cried about how much they love each other. But now to see them cursing each other out, and I'm looking like, is this for the show? Ultimately, is this for a check?
Yeah.
Y'all doing all this for a check. Absolutely. What happened to like real relationships? And so every time I think they're going to get it back on track, they start arguing, to the point to where their husbands are embarrassed. Dr. Heavenly's husband was like, no, let's go. Like, he kept telling his wife to be quiet. I was thinking, man, if that was us in that situation, I know Mitchell would be so mad at me. Yeah. Like, why are you being messy, talking about these people and, cussing these people out? They're our friends. Right. And I'm like, sometimes reality shows can ruin a friendship. And now let me take that back. Money and being greedy and wanting to be the star, throwing your friendship under the bus and rolling it back and forth for a check, it's just not wise. And I don't want women to see this or to try to mimic this and think that it's okay. It's not. Right. Yeah. It's really not. And I hate that they're African-American women, but the other franchises do it too, like Beverly Hills and all of them. They do it, New York, Orange County. But I'm just talking about watching like Married to Medicine this season, how it was two really, really good close friends, just a demise of their friendship on TV. Yeah. I just find it horrible.
And even when it comes to, you said that it's about getting a check, and what helps you to get the check is the drama. They're supposed to be showing realness of what's taking place in these people's lives, right? You know, whether you live in Orange County, you live in Beverly Hills, you live in Potomac, you live in Dubai. It's supposed to be realness within these women's lives.
Right.
And if you're living you could be living a good life in your mind, what you think good life is, you know, everybody's at peace, your husband is good, your kids are good, your bills are paid, you're living in a nice house, you're making good money, the business is booming. Hey, show that. But you ain't got no drama. You don't have no drama. That's basic. But drama sells. At the end of the day, drama sells. And I'm just going to be honest with myself. If I sit back and I'm watching some of these TVs and all I'm seeing is just, I'm going to use Nene Leakes, you know, Nene Leakes and her husband and their son or whatever, and how she was on Glee, or, you know, how she might, I don't know, whatever other shows and TV, how the doors, you know, were kind of open for her. Yeah, a little bit. It's like, oh, yeah, that's cute. Oh, yeah, that is cute. Then after a while, I'm turning. That's good. That's what she doing. All right. Kenya, she's on there. She finally meets somebody. They get married. She gets pregnant. It's like, oh my God, I'm so happy for her. What else you got?
Right. And
I think that's how people look at it. It's like,
and that's what they're looking for. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I agree. That's what they're looking for is, oh, it's boring. They're not fighting. They're not, and then don't let them get into a physical fight. It's like, oh, y'all done took it too far now.
Ratings go up then.
Oh yeah. Yeah. Oh yeah. I remember when I was watching The Housewives of Potomac, I really was a fan of Monique Samuels. I thought, oh my gosh, here's a Black woman that has it together, married her college sweetheart, you know, beautiful. I mean, she would be on there rocking her braids, like her natural Black hair.
Yeah.
Have these beautiful children, beautiful home, articulate. I really liked Monique. I liked Candace as well. I did like Candace too. But I really was a fan of Monique. And then when they got to fighting, when she grabbed her, I was like, where is the self-control? Like, where is the self-control? You know, the cameras are running. You know, you guys are going back and forth on TV. You know what I'm saying? It's just things like that, and then of course, now Monique done took it too far. Then Giselle comes into the next meeting with the bodyguard because she's scared. I'm like, girl, you're not scared of that girl. You know what I'm saying? But it just takes it up a notch. And now, you know, she's on another show, but now she's not back. And now it's like, oh, she took it so far. And now you have the stigma against us. And so I just think, like you said, we really have to be mindful of how we present ourselves on TV. And all these shows are centered around an ensemble cast, around fake and phony friendships, around drama. Let's just apologize and move forward. Oh, here it is. Own what you say. Take accountability for what you say. Stop saying it. Just stop being nasty. Like you said, show the good. I thought that initially, like the Housewives of Atlanta was to show us their lives, like how they decorate their houses, you know, they're boss women, what
living the good life in Atlanta.
Yes. You know, what do they wear? What do they buy? I didn't think it was going to be a bunch of like fighting. You know, I mean, don't get me wrong. Sometimes I get a good giggle because they can read people down. I get a good giggle out of it, but it's not what I want to see. And I realized that that's not my reality when it comes to my friendship. Not, you know, and I would hope that, you know, the audience, like you guys that are listening to us, you realize that, you know, it's important to really be intentional and making connections with friends. And if you have a friend that's toxic, Karana, I did red and green flags, then, you know, depending on if you want to keep the relationship or not, you know, talking to that friend, letting them know what they did to hurt you, to see if you can move on, or just, you know, ultimately moving on. It's important for your mental health, for your progression in life, like not to be around toxic women. And I think that it's okay for women that are all alpha females to be friends. Oftentimes, a lot of alpha females kind of hang around each other because they can feed off of each other's energy. It's not very often that you have someone that's like, I mean, sometimes I guess you have like an alpha female, and then everybody else is kind of like very relational. They don't really, they're not that much of like a leader. However, it's okay to have like A-type personalities, alpha females. I think those are the women that you can learn from, you can grow with, you can be bosses with. I think it's just all about respect in your friendship, and just having like that genuine respect and love for that person, and not feeling like you got to compete with them or talk about them or be better than them. And I think for me, Kiran, those are such deal breakers for me when I start feeling like people are competing with me or they don't respect me. I'm an afterthought. I think you and I had that one, you know, like Mitchell. Oh my God, I gotta tell you this really quick. Oh my goodness. Men go through a lot of the same things. And so someone wanted to invite us somewhere. I gotta be real vague.
Right.
He was like, when did they ask you? And I said, you know, I told him. He said, because we are not going out with anyone, participating in anything that's last minute, because they always do that. We are not anyone's last minute invite. We're not anyone's last minute afterthought. We're not doing it. So when, you know, if they invite us in advance, we'll go. But don't call me and ask me the day of, a few hours before, the night
after
before,
somebody else canceled.
The answer, exactly. He said, because the answer is going to be no. And I think that that's okay. And I was actually very proud that he was able to say that and stand in that. And I was like, baby, I'm going with you. Whatever you say, I'm cool with that. You know, because we would try to make something happen. And he was like, I'm not doing it. And I think that that's okay to have those type of boundaries in relationships.
Absolutely. Yeah. We say this all the time. I said this actually in a couple of our shows, as far as not patterning yourself and your relationships after what you actually see on TV or whatever. You want your friendships to be one of the easiest things that you can do or have, one of the easiest things that you can maintain. And you may say, well, it takes a lot to maintain a friendship. Sometimes it does, but it's actually worth it. It's about what you want to make out of it. Kind of the same when it comes to your relationship as far as with the man and woman. You want to make sure you stay connected. So you always calling them, you're texting them, you're asking them how they're doing, you're checking in with them. You're seeing like, are we good? Are we there? You know, that's the same thing as far as with your friendships. It's like, are we good? We still there? I ain't heard from you in a whole week. You all right? You still on earth with us? You know, you got to check in. And then it actually is going to take some maintenance. You know, we have to be able to cultivate our relationships, spending time with each other. And yet you might not be able to spend the same amount of time as you did when you were in high school or when the friendships first started. And it could be 5 years ago, 10 years ago, for us 20 plus years ago. Lives change, you know. Things change, things come up. You have children, you have jobs, you get spouses. Some people lose spouses, you know, you get a new job, you get a promotion.
That's true.
Life happens, but it's about communication and talking to people and just checking in and seeing where people are at. I'm just gonna say this last quote before I get off. I just want to leave y'all with this. It says, relationships are harder now because conversations become texting, arguments become phone calls, and that's not phone calls with the person that you're having an argument with. That's the phone call with her or him or them, telling them about what you should be telling that person. and its feelings become status updates. So I'm mad, I'm pissed, you can't come at me like that. Whatever you feeling, whatever you should be telling him or her, you social media, you telling the world wide web. They're basically saying, this quote is basically saying that's where relationships are at now. It's harder now because of how we're doing things. We're not taking things on, we're taking the coward way out. We sending text messages saying, I'm mad at you. Baby, if you don't say, hey, we need to have a conversation, your text message should be, we need to have a conversation. I'm a little pissed off right now.
Yeah,
in
person.
Exactly.
Or
whatever. That's what makes it hard. I believe that quote is saying that's what makes it harder, because we are allowing social media to get in. We are allowing reality TV to tell us what real friendships are. Really? Come on. So that's what makes it harder. All it takes is communication. Some love, some honesty, or whatever. You get off your high horse, whatever. What you say, already?
I said some understanding.
Some understanding. That's simple. We make things hard.
But you know what? It's pride, though, too. A lot of people are very prideful, and you have to be able to let go of your pride. And that's what I'm learning when I was talking to someone that's my mentor, and I was like, I'm being intentional about letting go of grudges. And she was like, it's part of that is your pride of, they never apologized to me, like they hurt me. And being able to just be okay without getting that apology, and just being able to move forward with whatever that looks like. If I'm gonna still be in a friendship with them, or not all of it is friendship. Some your family, right? What are you gonna? How are you gonna get over that, or how are you gonna move forward? And so some of that is rooted in pride. And I always say, I always tell people, like, I have people that I mentor and they talk to me about friendships. And I always say the same thing. How do you want me to respond? Am I listening? Am I offering advice? What am I doing? And they'll tell me. And then I'll say, is this a relationship that you want? And if they say yes, then I'll tell them, you have to forgive that person. You have to talk to them. Like you said, you have to let some pride go, and be able to go to them in love and caring, and going with trying to have an understanding about what happened.
Yeah.
And then if it doesn't work, at least you've tried. Some people are evil, and so you're going with your guard down, essentially saying, hey, I want to salvage this friendship. What happened? If something went off. And then if they say, I just didn't want to be a friend or whatever, I mean, at least you tried, and then you just move forward. And then some people are just toxic, and you don't need to be friends with them, because it is messing with your mental health, your self-esteem, and you need to be able to let them go. But like Kiran said, the most important thing is talk to that person. Don't make it a social media status.
Yeah.
Don't call the next person to talk about that person. Talk to them.
Yeah.
And like we said before, relationships, whether it's a girlfriend, boyfriend, husband, wife, mother, daughter, best friends, it ain't gotta be best friends. You on the middle shelf, you on the last shelf, but we have a relationship. You
made the shelf. You made it. You made it.
You made my shelf, right? And so those can be hard. I told somebody, if you got a picture in my phone, so when you call and your pictures show up, you have a relationship with me, because I don't put pictures. Your name or your initial, something just gonna pop up.
Right,
but if you see your face when you call me, then you've made it to the shelf. I just think that as women, it's important for us to really live in the real world and not look at social media for validation of friendships or reality shows, and be able to cultivate the friendships we have. I want to challenge everyone that's listening to this. If you have friends, whether they're in your inner circle or outer circle, wherever they are, however you classify them, childhood friends, best friends, work friends, whatever, be intentional about reaching out to them and seeing how they're doing. You know, Kiran gave an amazing analogy on watering your grass, cultivating your grass, cutting out the weeds and things like that. And, you know, if there's a friend that you haven't talked to and you miss that person because something happened, reach out and talk to them. Life is too short. You know, we said at the beginning, like, we dedicate the show to Monica. She was a great friend to me. She was a very close friend to me. And she would call me and text me. And we said it on the podcast that we had together. You know, I'm very much a true, you know, introvert. Takes a lot for me to be in the public, and that I need that time to decompress when it's over. She was a true extrovert where she could be out, and she was always the shining star, and she would always pull me out of that. No, we're going to do this. We're going to do that. And she was a friend that would tell me when I was wrong. It wasn't a social media friend. We had a true friendship. And I think that as women, we owe it to ourselves. If you have a real friend that you haven't reached out to, you haven't talked to, talk to that person, call them, go to lunch, have coffee, you know, have dessert. It doesn't take that long, and get back on track, because we need each other. You know, we need
that
friendship.
pride down.
I'm telling you, it's pride. Was it pride comes before a fall? You got to put the pride down and be honest with where you are.
Absolutely. And it's like, and we've said this before too. You just got to be honest. It's okay to tell people that you want to be friends with them. It's not about begging them. It's not about you being weak. Yes, you are being vulnerable, because you are like showing the inner you. You're talking about your true feelings, but it's okay. We want to have friends. Jesus had friends. So it's just within us. We're human. We want to have connections. We want to have relationships. We want people to love us. Shoot, we want people to like us. You know, the Bible says we're supposed to love everybody, but I want some like too. I want you to actually like me. I want you to enjoy being in my presence.
Right.
Everybody might not like you. Everybody might not enjoy being in your presence, but the few people that you do have in your life, thank God for them.
Yes.
The people who like, well, I don't like her, baby, move on. I don't like him, peace. You weren't meant to be a part of my life. It's what you say, hit the road, Jack.
Hit the road.
I mean, tell people, like, hey, like you said, what went wrong? We were friends 10 years ago, 15 years ago, shoot, yesterday, last week, whenever. I don't know what happened. We lost touch. We used to text all the time. We used to talk to each other. We used to go to the mall. We don't do anything. We don't do it like that anymore. What do we need to do here? Because I want to start this relationship over. And I was having a conversation with somebody, and I was telling her that when it comes to relationships, especially relationships that may have kind of like fallen off or whatever, and you're like, hey, I want us to pick things up. No, you don't. You want to start over.
Don't pick it up.
Don't pick none up. You have changed. The other person have changed. It's like high school people. No, you should have changed.
We're constantly evolving as people. We're constantly evolving. I'm telling you, sometimes I look, if I could have written a letter to like my 21-year-old self, to my 25-year-old self, to my 35-year-old self, when I say I'm so different, you know, it really is a path, like a journey to becoming the woman that you are. Like reading Michelle Obama's book about becoming, you know, like her journey, to being the first lady and who she is, lessons learned.
Yeah.
Like I was thinking about my own personal journey. You know, you come into this world figuring out who you are, your likes, your dislikes. And one thing that you said, Kiran, about you think you know that person, it's like you don't know them just because you see them on social media. You think, oh, I know them. You know, I talked to this guy all night. We know each other. It's like, no, because you know what? We're constantly learning ourselves. Yep. You know, we're constantly figuring out what we like and don't like. And you know what? We change.
Yes.
What we once liked, we now don't like. Once we used to not like, we now like. We change. People are very dynamic and they're very complex. And you're married to Pastor Bruce Hayes. I know that you're still learning things about him. He does something that surprises you, like, oh, okay, same with, like I just said with Mitchell, when he was like, when did they ask you? I'm telling you, Mitchell too. He would have never, but people are constantly changing.
Yeah.
And so you think you might know a person, you might know some of their attributes or things like that. But it takes a while to get to know a person. It takes a while. People got to take that mask off when you first meet. Everybody has this mask on, and it takes a while for them to take that mask off and really get down to the bare bones of, that person. And I think that that's why you have to, like you said, cultivate the friendship, water the grass, cut the grass, cut out the weeds. It's a lot. And because friends, you know what? We don't always do things that make each other happy, but sometimes you like, hey, that's my girl. I'm gonna ride with her, and in the back you cut them like, you was out of order. You was wrong. I'm riding with you in the front now. Ain't nobody else gonna be able to.
But as soon as everybody leave, I'm gonna let you have it. But you letting them have it. You not letting everybody else know that you're gonna let her. No, you gonna let her have it. Yes, absolutely.
So yeah, this has been such an amazing conversation. I've enjoyed it. I think that as girlfriends, it's so important for us to really just get down to the heart of, friendships and relationships and to the heart of who we are. And seeing so many things play out in today's culture, can really get us confused about what's important, who we are. So many things we see on TV, on social media, it's just not real. And making sure that we always center ourselves and get back to what's really real. And I really like the quotes that you said, and the article that you read. I think that those things are very, very true.
Yes, absolutely. So, ladies, gentlemen, besties alike, again, we love you all. We hope you all enjoyed this podcast in regards to real relationships and real friendships versus reality TV shows and social media friendships. We hope that we have helped someone see things a little bit different and to recognize and know that there is only real friendship. There, social media friendships, social media likes, that does not determine a friendship. Reality TV is that exactly what it is. Reality TV, fake TV. So we just hope again that you enjoyed our podcast. Just to make sure that you share this with your family, with your friends, with your social media friends, your social media friendships, and let them know to also go to our social media page on Instagram. It is under The Bestie Advice. Also follow us on YouTube. Make sure that you like it and you share it, and also go back and look at some of our other videos from season 1 and season 2. And also make sure that you connect with us on Apple and on Spotify, also under The Bestie Advice. So again, we love you all. We appreciate you all for your support, and looking forward to an awesome season 3, y'all. Love y'all.
Love
Bye,
you.
besties.
Bye.
Thanks for joining us today. See you next time.